Guilty Gear Strive delivers a jaw-dropping fusion of style and substance, raising the bar for modern fighting games. The visuals explode with personality-fluid animations, bold effects, and characters that ooze charisma. Combat feels tight, impactful, and rewarding. Whether mastering advanced combos or just enjoying the spectacle, the soundtrack is pure adrenaline, perfectly matching the game's high-energy vibe. Online play runs smoothly, making competitive matches a blast. Every punch, slash, and counter feels meaningful in a fighter that's as beautiful as it is brutal. Quiet desperation defines this far future frontier where survival is measured in choices, not firepower. Set among drifting stations and fragile alliances, the Sleeper is a synthetic mind in a borrowed body, always one step from collapse. Play flows through tense planning, risky rolls, and steady forward motion that rewards patience and smart trade-offs. Hidden paths, evolving builds, and branching stories invite repeat runs with new outcomes. Muted art and a restrained score deepen mood without distraction. Citizen Sleeper, two ends as strong sci-fi tales. Central Fiction arrives with a sharp, high-energy tone that blends anime drama with tournament intensity. The story centers on Ragna, a driven fighter caught in a shifting conflict of power and identity. Matches feel fast, yet deliberate, rewarding timing, spacing, and steady learning over raw speed. Each mode supports long-term mastery through character growth, alternate routes, and meaningful practice loops. Bold visuals and a kinetic soundtrack reinforce momentum without noise. It stands as a confident fighter built for sustained improvement and lasting appeal. A calm darkness settles over a city where hidden rivalries shape every fight. The story follows disciplined warriors drawn into a secret conflict, defined more by resolve than spectacle. Battles feel sharp and measured, flowing through smart spacing, timing, and steady pressure. Beneath the surface, deep training options, character variety, and evolving matchups reward dedication and replay. Clean anime-styled visuals and a restrained soundtrack strengthen the atmosphere with care now. It stands as a refined, complete fighter built for lasting mastery. Precision and majesty collide in this revered treasure shooter from the late 90s. A small crew faces cosmic annihilation, wielding 7 distinct weapons simultaneously from the very first stage. Color-coded chaining turns each wave into a tactical puzzle, rewarding careful target selection with stronger firepower. Towering bosses test reflexes across multi-phase confrontations that never relent. A sweeping orchestral score carries the intensity from start to finish. A defining achievement in shoot-'em-up design, built for true students of the craft.
Every cycle you take your
Citizen Sleeper unfolds like a slow-burning sci-fi tale where every choice matters. With rich writing, memorable characters, and a moody synth soundtrack, it sinks deep into themes of survival and identity. The tabletop-inspired mechanics and time-based decisions create a constant sense of urgency without overwhelming. Thoughtful world-building and philosophical undertones make each moment feel meaningful. A reflective journey through a dystopian future, perfect for those who enjoy narrative depth and consequence-driven gameplay.
They don't own you anymore.
Double Dragon Revive channels classic street brawling into a confident revival. The city feels rough, alive, and driven by simple goals. Push forward, protect allies, and clear the streets. Combat flows with weighty hits, smart spacing, and steady tension that rewards timing over button noise. Beneath the surface sit branching routes, upgrades, and side challenges that invite return runs. Pixel art pops with sharp contrast, while the soundtrack keeps pace without fuss. It stands as a focused, satisfying action-adventure from first punch to final scene. Gothic horror and razor-sharp platforming merge into something wonderfully vicious. A young girl at a cursed academy finds a book that twists her hands into deadly claws. Every stage demands precise jumps and fluid combat, blending the two into a seamless, punishing rhythm. A clever checkpoint system lets players earn and place saves by building combos, turning each level into a personal test of nerve. Pixel art soaked in crimson and shadow amplifies the unsettling tone. A fiercely crafted platformer that rewards patience, precision, and growing mastery. River City Saga, Three Kingdoms Next, brings Kunio-style action into a lively reimagining of the classic era, giving each region personality, humor, and momentum. Combat lands with satisfying impact, special techniques feel powerful, and steady progression keeps every chapter engaging. The mix of brawler structure, playful storytelling, side paths, and quirky character moments creates an appealing flow. This entry stands out through its energetic tone, memorable encounters, and a fun spin on the romance of the Three Kingdoms legend.
And also attended a birthday party for a dog.
Ocean's Heart is an action RPG that blends pixel graphics with adventure. Tilia, little girl, sets out on a mission to find her absent father in a mystical realm. The game leads players through a submerged kingdom where they can shape the destiny of the globe or focus on their own quest. The universe is full with hidden mysteries, side quests, and old enigmas. Players combat enemies with various weapons and spells, and collect things to brew potions, improve weapons, and extend their arsenal. The game provides players with a unique and retro-inspired experience.
And you end up stopping our theft. And the secrets of this...
Fireside is a cozy and engaging puzzle adventure that draws players into a warm, story-driven world. The handcrafted levels encourage thoughtful problem-solving and creativity, while the soothing soundtrack and detailed environments make exploration relaxing and immersive. Each challenge motivates experimentation, and the progression keeps the gameplay rewarding without ever feeling repetitive. It's a peaceful yet compelling journey that invites players to return again and again, offering satisfying moments at every step. Redemption Reapers sets a dark tactical tone right from its opening, with battles that demand careful planning and positioning. The squad-based combat feels rewarding as each victory depends on using every unit's strengths wisely. The atmosphere is carried by striking visuals and a moody soundtrack that deepens the sense of tension on the battlefield. Strategy feels meaningful, characters have weight in the story, and the progression system gives a strong sense of growth. For those who enjoy thoughtful tactical play, this game feels deeply rewarding. The Hellwarders are a group of ancient warriors who must band together to defeat the approaching demon hordes. With their exceptional skills and talents, they must battle Hellspawn and deploy an army of knights, archers, and magicians to fortify their defense. The game blends action RPG aspects with tower defense gameplay, enabling players to select from 3 distinct characters, each with his own set of weapons, skills, and powers. As they go, they will obtain beacons that may be utilized to improve their skills and uncover powerful artifacts. Victory Heat Rally channels the rush of classic arcade racers with modern control and clarity. Set across vibrant circuits, drivers chase podium finishes through a roster defined by distinct handling styles and rivalries. Races flow at a brisk pace, rewarding smooth lines, smart boosts, and steady nerves as speeds climb. Beneath the surface, unlocks, tuning options, and track routes encourage mastery and replay. Bright visuals and a punchy soundtrack sharpen focus clearly without distraction. The result is a racer that rewards solid skill growth long-term.
That was awesome!
The realm of Valthiria has been threatened by an old dragon for more than 10 years. The hero school is about to be revived, and kingdoms must band together to confront this malicious power. The school's management is critical, and the curriculum is intended to prepare kids for combat. The school's leadership has a direct influence on pupils' achievement in quests. Students participate in strategic turn-based battle, planning, predicting, and carrying out their actions. They also take part in leisure activities such as swimming, fishing, eating, and snowman building contests. River City Saga: Three Kingdoms brings a fun mix of classic brawler action and light-hearted storytelling set against a playful take on ancient China. Combat feels energetic, every area has a lively rhythm, and the roster brings plenty of personality. The Three Kingdoms twist adds a fresh layer that keeps each chapter engaging without dragging things out. Humor, fast pacing, and satisfying progression make it easy to jump in for quick sessions or longer runs, creating a game that stands out with its upbeat style. Fairy Tale Dungeons turns dungeon crawling into pure fan joy, packed with colorful magic, familiar faces, and non-stop action. Every run rewards curiosity, with satisfying combat loops, flashy spells, and steady progression that keeps motivation high. The anime spirit is alive through lively visuals, energetic music, and constant character banter. It's easy to jump in, hard to put down, and rewarding for fairy tale fans and roguelike lovers seeking replayable fun. Boss encounters test teamwork and timing, while upgrades keep each descent fresh and exciting. Damien starts on a voyage with his jumped characters, hoping to adjust to his new surroundings and realize his true self. The game takes players on a voyage through the jump dimensions, a fantasy environment where Damien participates in strategic combat using puzzle solving and stealth technique. Players may utilize the unique powers of their jump companions via power and assist combos, as well as tactical approaches such as status inflicting or crowd control abilities. This tactical challenge is appropriate for players of all ages and skill levels. Quantum Replica sneaks through a neon-soaked cyberpunk world with confidence, relying on stealth and time manipulation to build tension. The retro-futuristic art direction and synth-heavy soundtrack set a strong mood, while gameplay keeps things grounded with smart level design and satisfying upgrades. Each area feels distinct, and sneaking past enemies or freezing time never gets old. There's just enough challenge to stay engaged without frustration. It's a solid stealth game with a sharp aesthetic and clever mechanics that reward patience and timing. Mononoke Slashdown is an energetic side-scrolling action game where stylish swordplay meets a vibrant feudal Japan setting overrun by demons. The combat feels satisfying, with responsive controls that make chaining combos a joy. Stages are concise yet varied, keeping momentum high as new enemy types and hazards appear. The retro-inspired visuals and upbeat soundtrack create a lively atmosphere, while upgradable skills add a layer of progression that rewards persistence. It's a short but rewarding adventure that keeps every battle feeling worthwhile.
After months of preparation, my new adventure
Airheart Tales of Broken Wings is a surprisingly charming blend of action and exploration. Flying through vibrant skies and engaging in fast-paced aerial combat keeps the gameplay fresh and exciting. The upgrade system adds a satisfying layer of strategy, encouraging experimentation with different loadouts. Each island feels distinct, offering small challenges that reward careful planning. The story is simple but engaging, giving purpose to the flight. Overall, it's a fun and thoughtful game that's easy to pick up and hard to put down. Slice, Dice, and Rice turns sword combat into an intense mind game where a single strike can decide victory. The minimalist visuals work perfectly with the crisp, decisive animations, making every duel feel tense and rewarding. Each fighter's unique style changes the dynamic, pushing careful timing over button mashing. The sound design amplifies every slash, creating real weight in each encounter. With its emphasis on precision, risk, and reading opponents, it's a refreshing approach to fighting games that rewards patience and skill in equal measure. Nightmare the Lunatic is a thrilling descent into madness that keeps the pulse racing. Twisted visuals, eerie sound design, and relentless pacing create constant tension. Each area pushes curiosity and courage, rewarding focus and nerve. Combat is punchy, puzzles stay engaging, and the dark tone never lets up. It's the kind of horror adventure that pulls players deeper with every step, leaving a lasting rush long after the credits roll. Enemy patterns encourage learning, upgrades tempt experimentation, and victories feel earned through patience and nerve. Circa Infinity is a hypnotic, mind-bending platformer that hooks you instantly with its unique circular level design and pulsing soundtrack. Each stage feels like a wild dance between chaos and control, pushing your reflexes while keeping you in a mesmerizing flow. The visual style is striking, minimalist yet intense, and the way the game transitions between levels is downright brilliant. It's one of those rare indie gems that feels fresh from the first second and keeps surprising you as you dive deeper into its spiraling madness. Valthirian Arc Hero School Story is a refreshing mix of RPG and school management that keeps players engaged with its thoughtful progression system. Building and customizing a school while training heroes feels rewarding, and the turn-based battles are satisfying and strategic without being overwhelming. The characters have personality and growth, making the school feel alive. The game strikes a nice balance between management and adventure, creating a unique and enjoyable journey from the early stages to later challenges. A satisfying journey for those who enjoy nurturing their own team of heroes. Viviette is a beautifully crafted adventure that draws players in with its charming art style and fluid animations. The gameplay strikes a satisfying balance between exploration and puzzle solving, keeping each moment engaging. Its world is filled with delightful details that encourage curiosity, and the soundtrack perfectly complements the whimsical atmosphere. The controls are intuitive, making progression smooth and enjoyable. With its striking visuals and smooth mechanics, Viviette stands out as a truly enjoyable adventure. Arcana of Paradise: The Tower brings a refreshing mix of deck building and real-time combat, wrapped in a unique hand-drawn art style. The twin-stick control scheme works smoothly, making every decision feel urgent without overwhelming. Its mix of mystery and strategy keeps tension high with each floor climbed. The roguelike structure adds replay value, and the childlike characters contrast well with the game's darker undertones. A solid choice for those looking for something distinct and smart in the roguelike genre. Whimsy and destruction waltz together in this dark, operatic, side-scrolling shooter. A forgotten girl perishes on a city street, reborn as a vengeful blackbird circling Victorian towers. Each loop through the stages builds momentum, demanding ever sharper aim and bolder risks with every pass. Multiple endings and hidden secrets buried across each level invite repeated attempts. Hand-drawn art and a fully sung opera soundtrack create an atmosphere unlike anything else in the genre. A singular, haunting creation that lingers well beyond the final curtain. SOULVARS is a deck-building game that incorporates the Soulbit technology to improve gameplay. Soulbit actions and deck-controlling skills let players to perform over 100 spectacular plays. The game blends complex deck-building strategy with fast-paced RPG fights to provide an engaging gaming experience. The game includes dynamic pixel art animations and turn-based tactical planning, with each enemy encounter serving as a new puzzle to solve. In a future where human souls may be digitized, dominators threaten mankind. Raging Loop weaves an intense psychological mystery wrapped in layers of folklore and suspense. Its story-driven gameplay keeps the tension high as each death reveals more of the chilling truth behind the village's cursed ritual. Characters evolve in meaningful ways, and choices carry real weight, encouraging replays to uncover every angle. With sharp writing and an atmosphere thick with dread, it's hard not to keep digging deeper. A gripping tale that rewards curiosity with rich storytelling and unexpected depth.
I know I'm stuck.
Dandy Dungeon: Legend of Brave Yamada is a quirky, self-aware RPG that balances humor and strategy with unexpected depth. The retro pixel art bursts with personality, and the dungeon-building mechanic adds a clever layer to its gameplay. Every floor conquered feels like a small victory, backed by an infectious soundtrack and witty writing. Yamada's bizarre quest to win love is both ridiculous and strangely endearing. A delightfully unique adventure, it's the kind of game that sticks in the mind long after the final dungeon is cleared. Savage terrain and relentless creatures define this intense run-and-gun set on an untamed alien world. A lone soldier crashes onto a hostile planet teeming with prehistoric beasts and deadly flora. The action surges hard and fast, pushing quick reflexes and constant movement through each volatile stage. Weapon upgrades and branching routes tucked within each level add compelling reason to return. Bold, vivid pixel art brings the alien wilderness to life with remarkable detail. A compact, ferocious rampage that commands attention from the very first step.